Hey guys, welcome to the November general reading. So as you guys know, I have been working with tarot and oracle cards for a few months now, probably almost coming up to a year, but I never really do these types of videos. I've done a few like pick a card videos, but I've never actually done one like this and filmed it this way. Even with those pick a card videos, I shuffled and laid out all the cards, but then I kind of took some time to think about what the cards were saying and the message that they were giving, and then I would record it and then place that recording over the video. So it wasn't like a live recording, if that makes sense. I was kind of doing it in pieces, whereas with this one, I am sitting here and I'm going to be laying the cards out and then talking about them right here as I am doing it. So this is very new for me, but I feel like I want to do this because I want to kind of get a grasp on where I am with the skills that I have learned so far and try to boost my confidence level a little bit more. So I'm definitely stepping out of my bubble with doing this, and I think that is exactly the point that I'm trying to make for myself is doing that, because I feel like that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm not really going much further with my readings, so taking this step is going to push me further for sure. So for the November general reading, I'm going to be using 3 different oracle decks. I'm going to be using the Intuitive Life Coaching deck, the Language of Flowers oracle deck, and the Sacred Traveler deck. If you felt pulled to watch this video, then this message might be for you. This general reading won't be for everyone, so definitely take what resonates and don't bother with the rest. With that being said, let's jump right into it. So we will be starting with the Intuitive Life Coaching deck, and then we will be moving on to one of the other ones. This deck is a bit difficult for me to shuffle. The cards are rather large, but I do really enjoy working with these cards. Okay. Okay, so kicking off our November general message, we have spiritual growth, shooting star, and source. So I'm really getting a theme sort of with these 3 cards. So with spiritual growth, you are currently experiencing a lesson required for your spiritual evolution. And then shooting star, you are a shooting star. You are about to step into your fullest potential. And then with source, your connection to source is the light and love that shines through you and leads the way. So definitely feeling a lot of like spiritual energy within these cards for November. So you may definitely have some sort of spiritual enlightenment, I want to say, or even like a boost in your spiritual growth or on your spiritual journey. Maybe you have been working on improving on your spiritual journey for quite some time now, and I feel like November is definitely going to be that month where you just take off running with it and really learn who you are on a more spiritual level. I feel like you may definitely see just how far you've come on this journey and how much you have actually grown and all the knowledge that you've gained along the way. I feel like November is definitely going to be a month where you open your eyes to all of that and things become very clear to you. So yeah, definitely feeling that there's going to be a lot of spiritual enlightenment through the month of November. Okay, so let's see what the Sacred Traveler has to add to this message. Okay, so we have surrendering to the journey, release control, and then reaching your destination, your light is shining brightly. Let's move those up so you're able to actually see what I'm talking about. So definitely the surrendering to the journey card, I feel, relates within your spiritual journey that you're currently on, and trusting yourself and trusting where it's going, and knowing that there is progress being made. You are getting closer to reaching your fullest potential. And then the reaching your destination card is maybe you do reach a point where you feel, not that you've mastered it all, because I feel like there is always things to learn. I feel like we don't ever reach a point where we know it all, if that makes sense. But maybe you have a goal in mind with your spiritual growth. Maybe you have a next step that you want to take, or you want to reach the next step along the way. And that could be what this reaching your destination card is referring to for you. I feel like there is a lot of inner work that is going to be done within November. There's a lot of finding out who you are, more inside than what you're projecting outside to everyone else. So I feel like this is definitely going to be more of a personal thing for each person. It's definitely going to be more of a you focused month rather than focusing on everybody else, which is probably a good thing, because December is coming up, which, if you celebrate Christmas, that is it can be a very hectic, chaotic month with, trying to scramble and get everything for everyone and get ready for celebrations and things like that. And it's not really a you kind of month, like you're mainly focused on everybody else and everything that's going on around you, and like family oriented stuff, so I feel like it's definitely good in November, before all of that happens, to really sit back and focus on your spiritual growth and your spiritual journey. Because then after December is January. Now we're into a new year, so I feel like definitely getting a better understanding of who you are is definitely a good thing to know to take into the new year with you. And a lot of the times we just don't take the time out for ourselves to figure this kind of stuff out, because everyday life is happening. We have jobs, we have families, we have a million other things that we should be taking care of, and we don't take the time to really sit down and focus on ourselves. And it really starts with ourselves. You can't be doing all those other million things if you're not taking care of who you are spiritually, mentally, physically, all of that. That is very, very important, to take some time away from all the craziness to focus on this stuff. Okay, and last but not least, let's get a flower in here and see what message it has to offer us. Communication. You can see that. Communication is also very important within ourselves. It is something I feel like a lot of us tend to lack sometimes within ourselves and with others, for sure. But you definitely have to communicate with yourself spiritually, physically, your body's trying to communicate with you all the time, every single day. You know, if you have an ache or a pain or anything like that, that is your body trying to communicate with you and tell you that maybe it's time to slow down and take a break. So yes, communication is definitely key with other people, but it is also very, very important to have proper communication with yourself as well. You have to know what is bothering you. You have to know what you want. You have to know where you want to go in life. These are all things that you find out by, once again, taking the time out to just sit alone with yourself and think about it. And that is, for me, communication. And maybe when it's referring to other people, maybe you need to communicate with others what you're kind of going through at the moment. If they ask, why are you taking time away from everyone else? Why are you sort of being a little like standoffish almost, and, you know, just taking the time out for yourself? You need to be able to communicate with why you're doing that, why that's important to you, and why it needs to be done at this time. We need to communicate to other people that sometimes we need time out to ourselves. We need some peace and quiet, and we need to put ourselves first sometimes. And there may be people who struggle with that thought, and they may not get it at first. So yeah, you have to kind of try your best to communicate and explain to them why that's important to you and why you feel like it needs to be done. So that is the general message I have for you for the month of November 2021. If it resonated with you, great. And if it didn't, then keep looking, because your message is out there somewhere. So if you guys liked this video, and if this is something that you want to see done more on a regular basis, like I could keep doing monthly general readings like this, if you guys like it, and if you want me to even do more, I could start doing maybe weekly general messages, but for now we'll start with the monthly, and I would love to hear what you guys think about it. So yeah, once again, don't forget to take some time out for yourself. Very, very important for your spiritual growth, along with your mental health and your physical health and everything. So yes, please do that. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you in the next one.